Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose, don't you? Ali Boumaier. Absolutely crazy, man. Laila Ali just eviscerated Claressa Shields. Just totally destroyed her. I mean, no Vaseline. Let me pull it up so I can see who's jumping on here. She just totally destroyed Claressa Shields. I mean, it's pretty damn embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Pretty embarrassing. But that's what Claressa Shields needed. She needed that. Claressa Shields needed to get put in her place. Now, I just watched Laila Ali destroy. What's going on, man? How you doing? Fight life. Laila with another KO. Yo, when I say she destroyed Claressa Shields, she killed her. I'm talking about no Vaseline. Just ruined Claressa Shields. I'm telling you right now, we've been saying it. Whoever has been advising Claressa Shields has failed her. Totally failed her. Out of everything Laila Ali, she didn't even really talk. She let the videos talk for themselves. But that was wonderfully crafted and on point. You know what I'm saying? Kishwa says, I feel passionate about this topic. I feel passionate about it too. I mean, the Gwoat went down hard. Talking about getting knocked out twice in one fight. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen somebody get knocked out twice in the same fight? I've seen double knockdowns. I've seen people get knocked down 3-4 times. I ain't never seen nobody get knocked out cold twice in the same fight. Claressa Shields got her ass knocked out cold. I love the way Laila Ali is so smart. She said, all right, she had part 2 ready. She was waiting. She knew Claressa Shields was going to say something. And then, boom, as soon as she saw that horrible diss record that Claressa dropped, Laila Ali came and just bust her ass. And you know what? I've been saying it. We've been saying it. Claressa Shields has just been out here just losing her damn mind. You know what I'm saying? She really, I think deep down, she's one obsessed with Laila Ali. For real. She said she's supposed to do another video on Ann Wolf too. Yeah, I know. He said it was a chef's kiss. It was. That was one of them, wah. You know what I mean? Let that big pow land right there on your forehead, my child. Now take your ass to your room. But I like how Laila Ali did her. I love that. I'm telling you, that's how you treat them. And you know what I really liked about that video? How she was talking about her dad. She said everything clear. She talked about it all. You know, me in my prime, what I was doing. I wouldn't be worrying about anyone else. And it really showed Claressa Shields has been out here, man, humbugging Laila Ali, harassing Laila Ali, stalking Laila Ali, obsessed with Laila Ali. Ever since Laila Ali, really, since she came and showed interest in her when Claressa Shields was out there going through the Olympics and stuff. You know, I think when Claressa was talking about the big sis, little sis relationship that Claressa felt that they had forged, that got to Claressa Shields. You know what I'm saying? Like Claressa Shields, in her mind, she really felt like she had something with Laila Ali. And she really, we talked about it. She really took something so innocent and turned it into something that it wasn't. And she's been running with it ever since that Breakfast Club interview. Even if you look at the video Claressa Shields dropped yesterday, she didn't say anything. It was her twisting shit. You know what I'm saying? Just really twisting things, man, to try to create a narrative to support her argument, to support her posture. And let me tell you, if we had 100 people to interview and you ask them about that video, maybe 5 would say Claressa Shields was on point. Yeah, that's how you come back and you cross-examine Laila Ali. Yeah, Claressa Shields had receipts. The other 95 would be like, nah, that shit was a joke. She didn't say nothing. And she keeps twisting everything. That's the problem. I'm so glad Laila Ali did the business. You know what I'm saying? That is how you deal with a cockroach. You spray their ass with Raid. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what she did to Claressa Shields. She sprayed her ass with Raid. So now that little Claressa, the cockroach Shields, can crawl her ass back over there in a corner somewhere and learn respect. You know what I'm saying? Learn some respect. Learn humility. You know what I mean? She talking about, what she say in her video? Claressa Shields talking about, as women, we support each other. We show camaraderie. She couldn't even say camaraderie. We show camaraderie. I was like, you telling me you're going to be reading from a teleprompter? You didn't go and read through that shit 5-6 times and identify the words you're going to struggle with? You know what I'm saying? But you want to come out here and diss Laila Ali, then go do a live on Twitter and telling everybody how you put together this classy retort, this classy cross-examination. I put together this classy diss record. Let me tell you something. Claressa Shields want hip-hop beef, man. Claressa Shields want to play Tupac and hit people up. But who got hit up? Laila Ali hit her ass up with hollow points. That first video was brutal, that Laila Ali dropped. The second video that Laila Ali dropped, whoo, she put some hot sauce on that shit. You know what I'm saying? She put some hot sauce. She hit her, there were like projectiles and everything, man. Illegal. It's about weapons of mass destruction. She hit her ass with some shit. Blew her ass up out the water. Now, for those of y'all who didn't see it, I'm not going to play it on my live, that Laila Ali talking. We freestyling right now. We just talking. Laila Ali murdered her ass. I loved it. Oh, it was so wonderful. He talked about how Claressa Shields need to be out here fighting the girls. Somehow how Claressa Shields saying everybody's scared of her. But how many girls out there who want to fight her, who are calling her out, but she ain't focused on them. I love how Laila Ali did her. She let her know, you ain't going to get no payday off me. Disrespecting my father. I told y'all that Ali last name, I've been saying it. But some of those other ghetto cockroaches and shit, they want to come at me talking about, you don't know what you talking about, man, with your Jerry curl. It's like, yo, them ain't nothing but little Claressa Shields Juniors and shit running around here, man. The supporters, them the Claressa Shields Jr. supporters is a bunch of fucking cockroaches. It's like, stick to the conversation. Why you worried about my appearance, man? Now y'all call Claressa Shields calling Laila Ali, the so pretty girl. Now y'all calling me the pretty boy with the Jerry curl? Fuck out of here. I'm 50 years old retired. You see what that says, man? DD 214, motherfucker. Been there, done that. Retired, chilling, living a good life. Like Laila Ali. We don't really worry about too much over here. We just chill. Ain't nothing too much can get us riled up. But that shit about her dad got her riled up. And that's got me riled up. And I kept talking about it. How you think you're going to disrespect somebody's dad? You're going to first of all, you disrespect somebody's father. But you disrespected Muhammad Ali. And then you out here really talking about, we got the 15 million. Yeah, yeah, pat. What you going to do now? And Laila Ali like, man, get your ass up out of here. Got me 15 million. And then this the thing, I like what Laila Ali said. What I took it is Laila Ali probably would have given an opportunity. Probably would have fought her. Break some bread. Little sis, you get this, I get that. Let's break some bread. But that always disrespecting Muhammad Ali. That can't work. I'm glad Laila Ali told her. Ain't no way in the world. Now in the future, would I ever get into any partnership or do anything with you where you can benefit? Because, hey, Claressa Shields talk a lot of shit about that Ali last name, right? She ain't nothing but Muhammad Ali's daughter. If it wasn't for her last name, blah, blah, blah. Wonk, wonk, Charlie Brown. Well, now the Ali last name is what got your ass in hot water. Here's what it is. It says, like an effing Rottweiler. That's exactly what I said. Regardless if it's women boxing or not, you can never disrespect somebody's dead father. Hell no. But did Claressa ever get 15 million to fight? No, she didn't, man. It says, I watched part 2. Dang, Laila got Claressa again. Yeah, she killed her. Google Voice should be her friend. You ain't lying. Exactly. It's giving Willie Lynch syndrome. He said it was 3 KOs in one round. Yeah, it was. It was bad, man. Just totally destroyed her, man. Destroyed her. And you know what's sad, right? Is while I was running today, I ran for an hour and a half, all around, the neighborhood and down and up hills. It happened while I was running. I listened to the Claressa Shields live that she did on Twitter. I said, let me see what she's saying, because I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. She delusional, man. Even the people supporting her delusional. They all crazy. And we talked about that on this channel. She can't have a bunch of people out there making her think, yeah, Gwoat. What she say in her rap video? Yeah, Gwoat. Yeah, Gwoat. Got her thinking everything she's doing and saying is correct. Where's the voice of reason to say stop? Hammer time. You know what I'm saying? Stop. What are you doing? You out here going at this Laila Ali for what? You telling me there's no one else who watched that Breakfast Club interview? Like out of the 1,000 people who've been commenting here, the 999 of us who said, yo, Laila Ali didn't say anything wrong. Claressa Shields is hearing what she wants. Because she a little Sesame Street. And yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm trying to be neutral and shit, but I'm telling you right now, that's what she needed. She need that wake-up call. She need that boot in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Out here talking about, I got big announcements next week. I got a fight. I got branding deals. My brand is stronger than ever. Laila Ali touched on the whole branding thing. She made Claressa Shields look like what Claressa Shields is. A hypocrite desperate for attention and an Ali payday. That's all it is. 15 million. All right, just for all the McNicholases who want to argue with me. Oh yeah, Laila Ali got 15 million. She got that 15 million because she fight because of the Gwoat. It's the Gwoat. Everything is about the Gwoat. If it wasn't for the Gwoat, would be no 15 million. Yo, McNicholas, hold your horse and stop taking it to the stupid. If it wasn't for that Ali last name, there would be no 15 million even being talked about. Those couple of little cockroaches that Claressa Shields has around here that converge real quick to somehow put together the 15 million that was in escrow. You know why they did that? Because, holy shit, you tell me there's a chance we could get Laila Ali? Now, all Laila Ali said was, I will think about it. What I told y'all, someone come up 15, 20 million, and I'll think about it. I ain't trying to return. I ain't trying to fight. But if that's a lot of money, I'll have to think about it. Within 6 days, boom, they come up with the money. Okay, Shadesha Green says she want to fight you. Y'all ain't come up with no 5 million for that fight. Y'all ain't coming up with no bunch of money for Baumgartner. Y'all ain't coming up with no bunch of money for none of these other female fighters. You know why? Because the story is, the fighter who's doing all the shining is Laila Ali. And you can't fault her for her last name. It's not her fault. When the big man was up there and saying, okay, we got Muhammad and got a little wife there, they just conceived a child. He just looked around and said, okay, but this one right here, we're going to give him Laila. It ain't her fault. Like Silk the Shocker, Master P, the Cash Money and No Limit just had they just had one of them face off, them bullshits, the versus battle. Silk the Shocker, it ain't my fault. It's not Laila Ali's fault. I don't understand people, but I'm glad Claressa Shields got the business. And I'm going to tell you right now, this shit just getting started. Because I do think Laila Ali may say something about Ann Wolfe. But you know what I liked? I hope she just leaves it there. Because silence is a deadly weapon. Don't say nothing about Ann Wolfe. Even though it does sound like she has something she wants to say about Ann Wolfe. She didn't say nothing about Ann Wolfe in the second video. Except for the clips where Claressa Shields was basically saying Laila Ali was scared of her. But I'm going to tell you this right here. I hope she leaves it alone. Because Claressa Shields said she put so much craziness out in her video. Ronda Rousey, Muhammad Ali's ex-wife, Laila Ali's, it was her stepmother. You talking about below the belt shit that Claressa Shields was doing. Cockroach shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why Laila Ali, she sprayed her with rape. But she may have to do another video because I see that roach leg is still kicking. She may have to hit it with the raid again, video 3, to really put out of misery. You know what I'm saying? Some of them roaches be holding on. They hold on. Claressa Shields really, she disappointed me, man. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't that I like her or dislike her. I'm just disappointed. Because she ain't learned no defense. Laila Ali just Hannah Gabriel her ass. You know what I'm saying? She ain't learned how to slip. That video that Claressa put out yesterday should have been her defense. It should have been something good. Ain't no way in the world Laila Ali should have came back today, the day after, and hit her with the counterpunch, bing, bing, and put her out cold. But that little leg still kicking. She may have to hit her with some more raid. Says she too man crazy. The stepmom needs a reality check. Yeah, I was shocked that the stepmother, her old ass, was out there talking about Claressa whipped Laila's ass. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that kind of makes Muhammad Ali look bad too. You know what I'm saying? That lady shouldn't have done that. And then the way Claressa tried to twist Nico Ali's words and shit. Listen, Claressa is the best of this era. She may be based on resume alone. On resume alone. This is not an if. Claressa Shields, on resume alone, is the best female boxer ever. 2 gold medals, all them championship belts. No one else has done it. If we're just talking resume, she's the greatest. But I like what Laila Ali said. With all those accolades and all those accomplishments, why are you still out here trying to prove something? Why are you still trying to be validated? I've been talking about that shit in my life. She's chasing validation. When there's a void inside you and you're chasing and you're seeking to be validated by people, you will never be happy. And I'm telling you, I don't think Claressa Shields will ever in her life be happy until she can develop self-validation. Look at what you have, man. Look at your life. I don't know what all is going on with her, but just when you look at the things that a lot of people when you listen to a lot of people talk, a lot of people want money. A lot of people want success. A lot of people want the freedom to spend time with their family and stuff like that. Claressa Shields has a lot of those things. But the one thing that girl don't have, she don't have peace. That girl, she don't have peace. And I'll be honest with you, why chase 48 years old? A 48-year-old Laila Ali. We're gonna see what's up now, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. Boy, Laila killed her softly with them words. She sure as hell did. Says Claressa a good fighter though, probably the best. No, I agree with that, man. Holly Holm versus Laila Ali is a bigger draw than Claressa. Could be. Fight Hype need to get their stuff together. Yeah, that's a trip, man. To see how Fight Hype twisted everything. It's a trip to see how Laila Ali had to expose them for trying to start pre-negotiations underneath her nose. And her team was like, yo, you seeing this bullshit? And then to see that Fight Hype was there with Claressa Shields. And one thing about Papoose, right? He's like collateral damage. He's just there. He don't say nothing. He knows what his role is. But I'm sure he's like, I don't really like this. Because now he's attached to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He's attached to the bullshit. Anywhere he goes, if they got a TMZ reporter or if they got a hood champion out here, because I don't go to the fights. I'm so busy with my kids, but I may start making it out there. And if I see him, I would run up on him and ask him questions. Hey man, you mind if I ask you some questions, interview you? I'd tell him who I am too. He probably won't want to talk to me and shit. But I'd be like, yo, I'm Hood Champion Boxing and Sports, man. Let me talk to you. He probably wouldn't though, if you watch my videos. But I would. I'd talk to him about it, just about boxing in general. I'd ask him, what's your perspective on all this, man, the disrespect towards Muhammad Ali? I know how to frame the questions, because you could tell Papoose has good in him. I think he has good in him. I just listened to the stuff he says way before he met Claressa Shields. Just listen to the way things he says, the way he moved, with his talking about the kids, with Remy, when she was in jail. I just watched the way he moved. I'm like, yo, he's one of the good ones. He's a rapper. He does a little rapping and shit, but when you strip all that away, he's one of the good ones. He seemed like one of the good ones. Character, integrity, stand-up guy. And I think he and Claressa helped to break each other's falls from, relationships and drama. So I think that's how that came about. But right now, I'm sure Papoose is sitting back, scratching his head and eating some cereals and shit, probably from Frosted Flakes, and saying to himself, how the hell did I get myself mixed up in this shit? You know what I'm saying? This ain't good. But it's a trip how Fight Hype, and you know what? That just goes to let you know. some of these larger channels, like Fight Hype is, millions of subscribers, but makes you wonder the relationship between some of these boxing outlets, media outlets, and these fighters. I don't even think about it because I don't be dwelling on this shit. But you come to make a major announcement and you happen to have Fight Hype there, right there to record the whole thing. So that means that shit was all pre-coordinated. Hey, we're going to do this on this day. Y'all come out, this and that. So I'm glad Laila Ali put that out. She put that out. She exposed them big time, man. That just lets you know shit going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And if stuff like that can happen on such a minute scale, what can happen on the grander scale with fights and fights being fixed and fights being rigged with the key decision makers behind the scenes and shit we'll never know of because the fly on the wall can't goddamn talk. Crazy, man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Ronda Rousey, that's just wild, man. He says, Ann Wolf can train Ronda. You know what? I'll be honest with you. The person we need to hear from here, we need to hear from Ann Wolf. That's what I want to hear from. What does Ann Wolf have to say about all this shit? Like, I would love to hear from Ann Wolf. Because her name has been getting ping-ponged, for the last couple weeks. And, Ann Wolf has said a little bit about a couple months ago. She did say a little bit, but she wasn't trying to stir up no mess. But actually, I'm lying. Because I shared that text with you where she was saying, if Laila Ali's going to come back and fight somebody, I still got some hamburgers. Why not fight me? So Ann Wolf may be right up in the middle of the goddamn melee. She may be right in the middle of the chaos cloud of smoke that's going on. And I wonder if Laila Ali is going to do another video. They say this one's to address Ann Wolf. I hope she does. But I like what Laila Ali said. How Claressa going to knock me out? That shit had me rolling when Claressa talking about I would knock out Ali. I'd knock her out. I'm the Gwoat. I'd knock her out. Papoose. I'd knock out Ali. I'd knock her out. Ali was like, how? Make it make sense. Who you knocking out? With your 3 KOs. Boy, that shit had me cracking up, man. A prime Laila Ali. Ain't no way. And I like what Laila Ali said. See, that's why you got to put some respect on the Ali last name. She said if Claressa said she would outbox me, she would run me up out the ring, then those are things we'd be more receptive. Because even Laila Ali, you could tell when she said that, even you could tell, I took it as she was like, this girl may, prime for prime, that girl may be able to outbox me. Laila Ali was still, in a way, giving her respect, saying, 2 gold medals, the stuff you did from 16 years old all the way up to now, you can fight your ass off. She's never said Claressa couldn't fight. She just said she can't beat me and she ain't knocking me out. But when she said that, in that video, I'm like, made me respect it even more. She said, real recognizes real. Boxing, this girl could probably outbox me. But she ain't gonna knock me out. And she would have to be she would have to be perfect. What is 10 12 rounds, 20 minutes, 2-minute rounds over 12 rounds? So 24 minutes. She'd have to be perfect for 24 minutes. Because it only takes one. So now instead of Laila Ali, we got to call her Laila Deontay Wilder Ali. Or Laila Fabio Wardley Ali. Because she's right. It would only take that one for her to put the hand of God on Claressa Shields. So you got to put some respect on Laila Ali. You know what I'm saying? He says, Rousey was a judo-based MMA fighter with below average. I have more KOs than you have fights. Yeah, that shit was funny. I appreciate it, Shawana. Yeah, when she said that, it had me laughing too. Says Ronda Rousey was a judo-based MMA fighter with below average striking skills. She has no bit. Yeah, everybody. And that's the thing. Anybody with any common sense, we all know when you have an MMA fighter where boxing is not their primary discipline, right? They come into the boxing world, they may do okay, but they're not going to be able to really compete on the level with the elite. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. But when you have, it's like when you have a boxer go over to the MMA world, where that mixed martial arts isn't your primary discipline. and now you over there in the MMA world, you probably be able to handle yourself in the stand-up. But once they put that gorilla grip on your ass and you go down like real estate depreciation, they start binging you and twisting you up, man, and turn you into a goddamn pretzel. Once you start feeling bones break and cartilage and shit cracking, you up out of there. So anybody with any goddamn common sense, if they would be asked a question about Ronda Rousey, would probably respond the same way. It's just like when the MMA fighters talk about Claressa Shields. They respect the fact that she's come over there, that she's trying. Just like in boxing, they respect the fact that she's trying. But Claressa Shields at, what's she weighing, 190 or some shit? 180? She a big girl. She may be 200 pounds. And I'm not saying that to diss her. No, she fucking 5'9", 5'10". Or 5'8", 5'9", fighting at 175, so you know she's probably coming down to 175. But even her fighting Chris Cyborg, who's much smaller than her, a 140 Chris Cyborg would tear Claressa Shields' ass up in an octagon. Would tear her ass up. And that's that. I'm not sitting here trying to slight Claressa Shields. That's just a fact. Just like if Chris Cyborg was 190 pounds and Claressa Shields was 140, and Cyborg came over to boxing and just stand up, just hand-to-hand boxing, Claressa Shields will whip her ass. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to understand what we're talking about and frame this shit properly and be fair. You know, hey everyone, what's up, Sexy Kendra? Hit the like. Cyborg is the Gwoat of combat sports, no doubt. T-Talk with your girl. Thomas Ann Wolf retired before Ali. Let's speak facts when Laila said that Ann Wolf wasn't there. Says, hit the likes. Yeah, I like all that, man. Laila don't want that smoke. You talk in circles. Oh, my God. Where we at here? You're not going to knock the knockout queen. Let's just be clear. Yeah. But that video, if you haven't seen the video, y'all need to go watch it. You go watch it, and then you come back, because I'll go live again tonight. I got to go get my son from school and from my basketball practice, like 45 minutes. I'm not leaving until then. So I'm going to stay on this live, right? But you go watch that video. And then you tell, we're going to go live tonight. When I go live tonight, I'm going to play it, the audio. And we'll just sit here and we'll just dialogue, because I'm telling you, I was listening to that man with my mouth agape. Like, yo, my jaw was dropping. I was like, holy shit. She just killed her. There's no way Claressa comes back. No way. And I like how the thing about branding, yo, Laila Ali, she was 100% correct. And this is why you can't have a bunch of yes men around you. That Twitter thing that Claressa went on Twitter Live yesterday, she had some guy there. Obviously, he knew her and has known her for a while. But it's like he was just agreeing with everything she was saying. They were talking about back in the amateurs, how they would be messaging each other. Talking about, did you hear what Laila said? Like Laila was trying to disrespect Claressa Shields ever since the amateur days. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. But I find that hard to believe that Laila Ali would have intentionally tried to break down little Flint, Michigan's finest, Claressa Shields, as an amateur. I just find that shit hard to believe, because just like that video that Claressa put out yesterday, she didn't say nothing. She ain't really proved nothing. Talking about, yeah, I came with my receipts. What receipts? The text message where you hit up Laila Ali and she basically called you a punk? I would have probably, most of us probably would have either not responded or probably responded with a little bit of heat in that text too. Especially when you said you intentionally said what you said just to upset her. So you come out here, you provoke her in an interview, and then she responds, right? Because she's angry. And then you want to come back now and try to make it seem like she's wrong? Oh, this is the real person she is. Yo, Claressa, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. 99.99999% of us would have had the same response. Matter of fact, it would have probably been a bit more colorful adjectives and hard obscenities targeted towards you. You know what I'm saying? You're going on there in a big stage like that, and start saying bull crap to get under my skin. And then when I get upset, then you want to talk about, yeah, well, you dish it out. I'm going to go below the belt. Yeah. If I don't mess with nobody, but if you mess with me, then I'm going to go below the belt. But you starting this shit, Al Capone. So when the real deal start, now you a victim? Absolutely crazy, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely crazy. I just can't believe it. That civilian chatter, the back and forth, they both fighters, they should fight. Southpaw. Oh, what's up, Southpaw TV? Southpaw TV floated through here. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, right? This whole thing what Southpaw said, that civilian chatter, that's what Laila Ali is. She's a civilian. She ain't a fighter no more. She's an ex-fighter. That's like me, right? I'm sitting here watching the news. I'm seeing stuff going on out here. Trump and where he's sending troops and stuff like that. Remember, man, I'm a retired guy. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that. I'm retired. I ain't on active duty no more. So what? Because I disagree with something? I shouldn't talk about it because that's civilian chatter, right? I should go out there, man, and grab a weapon and head over there to the desert and go, get out of here with that, man. But I do understand, if we're talking boxing, it would be nice. I ain't gonna lie. Because even I was like, man, we may get that fight. But she retired. I understand that. I don't think she should do shit. But if she would, if they were to get that money real nice and juicy, and she decided to come back, but I know she wouldn't now. She said she wouldn't. But let's just say she did come back. Who y'all got winning? Because Claressa Shields ain't look all that. She ain't look all that in her last fight. You know what I'm saying? She ain't look all that to me. And you just don't know if the Ali spirit to show up in there. And all of a sudden, Laila start floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Because one thing we know, in that fight with her and Claressa, there's only one of them who's going to be stinging. It ain't going to be Claressa Shields. But that shit, yeah, it is what it is. Absolutely hilarious, man. Just totally just killed her. Claressa recently said she's not giving Laila a platform to fight her. She offered her $15 million, but now she wouldn't offer Laila 15 cents. What's up, Eskamani? Well, you know, I knew that shit wasn't going to work out anyway. You know why? Because Claressa Shields, she tried to pull an Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Here's your $15 million in escrow. This is your money. But I'm the A side. You don't need to know what I'm making. I'm calling the shots. I run this, I run that. Okay, this is your house, Run DMC. We get it. You'll come out here and just totally try to treat Laila Ali like you the A side, and she should be just appreciative that you're giving Laila Ali an opportunity, a platform, a way to make some millions of dollars that, according to Claressa Shields, Laila Ali never made. I don't want to misquote nobody. Something about it. I guess in her biggest fight, she only made like $600,000 or something like that. But we know back then, man, you know, it was a struggle for the women and the money. The two eras, they're not the same, man. So when people say, yo, man, when Laila Ali was fighting, it was the women were more violent. They were better fighters. I don't know if I agree with that. Because it's something called, you know, it's like evolution. You go back and look at the bodybuilders back in the 60s and 70s. Them guys, compared to now, yo, I could be a body. I'm 50 years old. I could have competed back with them bozos in the 60s and 70s. But sports science and time, you know, shit gets better. Shit evolves. So, and there's a lot more money in boxing now. Sports science and everything. Look at these athletes. I'm not going to say Victor Conte wasn't around back then. That motherfucker may have been around, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not in boxing, but he was, yeah, Shane Mosley. See, I haven't timetabled this. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to the strength and conditioning piece, the diet piece, the nutrition piece, the supplementation, back in Ali's era, what they had accessible to them is not the same as what's going on now, here in 2020, 2025. You know what I'm saying? To 2025. It ain't the same. So I don't know. But I do think it would be nice. It would have been nice to see them scrap. But I do agree. She shouldn't give Claressa Shields no opportunity for nothing. Nothing. And she shouldn't say nothing else to it. Just leave Claressa Shields there miserable. Leave her there miserable, you know what I'm saying? Too much rich legacy to roll around in the pig pen. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, you know what I'm saying? Can you talk about all the women Laila Ali pointed out that Claressa can fight? Yeah, I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but Laila Ali talked about several. Of course, she talked about Baumgartner, Cyborg, Shadesha Green. She talked about a number of them. She talked, there's a bunch of names she threw out there. And I'll say Claressa Shields, even in her Twitter live yesterday, she did give a little bit of credit to a couple of female fighters saying that they could fight. But she ain't never going to give them the kind of credit to say it would make for a competitive fight with her. Claressa Shields ain't never going to say that, But this is good. Great medicine. That shit made my day to see that. It was better than the first one. Better than the first one. It was on point. On point. And remember, I don't remember I just watched it once and decided to come out here. Normally I sit there and watch it 3 times where I lock it all in the memory. I didn't lock it all in the memory. But the standout, the shit that really stood out to me, and you can see with Laila Ali, like, even if they get in front of the camera and they act a little bit and give you a little bit of WWE bullshit, that shit about her dad, I'm so glad she foot stomped and underscored that. She made sure to let Claressa know, aside from everything else, that thing about my dad, you had the audacity to disrespect my deceased father. That shit just hit home with me. Because that's what I was saying there. That's the Achilles heel right there. People all across the world are feeling very offended by Claressa Shields. And her little concentric circle, they really believe that she did something big. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a child who don't want to eat their vegetables, and you finally get them to eat their little broccoli and their little Brussels sprouts, and the mother and father and the siblings come around and clap. Hey, good job. There you go, Joey. Joey ate his vegetables. There you go. That ain't shit. You ate your vegetables. Shut up and take your ass in and floss and brush and go to bed. So Claressa Shields comes out and does this little video. They applauded her and cheering her on like she did something, man. Let me tell you something. The people who matter, they ain't trying to hear this shit. And I don't wish no bad on Claressa Shields, but I'm going to sit back, man. You got a very interested party now. And I'm going to be watching all this shit now. I want to see in her next fight, which sounds like she's going to announce the opponent next week. I want to see, who's she fighting? I'm going to be trying to pay attention, keep an ear to the street about the training camp. When she get in that ring, if the fight happens to be competitive, which, you got to say, Claressa Shields is whipping everybody's ass. Got to give her credit for that. But if that fight is somewhat competitive and it goes to the scorecards, if Claressa Shields goes to the scorecards and gets and loses, I've been saying this, I'm going to keep saying it. Claressa Shields is going to run up and down the road and start biting people. You know what I'm saying? She is going to go crazy. That undefeated record of hers is her crown jewel. Those accolades, the gold medals, nobody can take that from her. There's nobody who can take away everything that she's accomplished up to this point. The only thing that can be taken away from her, and I'm going to tell you right now, she has no control over this shit. She thinks when it comes to these bing bings that she can control and kind of chart out her own destiny. No, she can't. You know why she can't? Because she can't knock anybody out. So that means she got to leave shit up to the judges. It goes to the judges' scorecards. You putting shit in the judges' hands. Now, how do we feel about judges? How do we feel about referees? How do we feel about commissions? How do we feel about sanctioning bodies? Could be a little bit shady, huh? Could be a couple of them Harvey Docks running around here, them Tony Weeks running around here. You know what I'm saying? What's that guy's name who jerked? Richard Steele. Could be some Richard Steeles running around here like Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. You know what I'm saying? You just never know when they get their papers and say, hey, we need to make sure this person wins and this person loses. Just like Manny Pacquiao when he was back then, got his ass knocked out with a body shot, and that referee came out so many years later and was saying that he was told, make sure he wins. Gave Pacquiao the long count. He even said, all referees know how to give that long count. We know how to fix fights. I'm not making this shit up. This is what they're telling you. Teddy Atlas will tell you. So much corruption in boxing. Conflicts of interest. These conferences they have all the wrong people there at the same time. And when you get them all there, and people have agendas, and they got that Wu-Tang cream, cha-ching ching, dollar bill, y'all. Here's a little bit for you. I need so-and-so moved up here in your sanctioning body. I need him to become a mandatory, put him in the top 5. And I need this person to win this fight. I need this to happen here. When Teddy Atlas was breaking that shit down, I went and did some research. I said, Teddy Atlas can't be right about all that shit. You go all the way back to the 80s. You go into YouTube, go into Google and look up that shit. Corruption in boxing, Bob Arum, Don King. Look at the investigations and shit them guys had going on. Look at all the bullshit and the politics. It ain't just within boxing. Look at it. The governors, the mayors, and all these people who these guys start to rub elbows with to make sure certain things happen. Look at this shit with TKO Boxing, Donald Trump, Dana White, the Saudis, the Muhammad Ali Act getting amended. Look at how all this shit plays together. So I wouldn't be surprised if Claressa Shields in her next fight, if she doesn't, she ain't going to get a knockout. But if it's competitive, all of a sudden she loses. You got to be careful burning them bridges. You know what I'm saying? That's all I mean. We know what really go on in real life. Yeah, it's the truth, man. Yeah, she's too flint. Yeah, Miss Lady T says, love this brother. The way you break it down so the people can saw right through her. I mean, it's just pretty straightforward to me. I knew from when I saw Laila Ali's first video. I knew then. I said, yeah, Claressa Shields. But you got to understand. Everybody has a different background out here. I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me. I just pop up on here and do a video. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all laugh and shit. But when I start talking serious, with a lot of this stuff, when I watch it, I'm looking at it through a different lens. A lot of people, man, that I've come across, have worked around at all levels, who are fast talkers, who are bullshitters. There are people who will sit there, man, I've been through it. We'll take something you say and twist it. And have you looking crazy. Because what you say and what they hear is two different things. Y'all ever done that? I don't know if y'all ever been to any of them leadership schools or communication classes, and they'll have you whisper something in somebody's ear. I'll be the teacher or the instructor, and I'll tell you something like, the grass is green. I'll whisper, yo, the grass is green. Now there's 20 people. Now you got to turn around and whisper, the grass is green. And everybody got to pass that shit down. But you got to whisper it in the ear. By the time you get over there to the 20th person, they ain't saying the grass is green. They're saying the 7 continents. The 7 continents. You know, how the fuck we get to that? You understand? And that's how it is with some of these people. You tell them something and they hear what they want. And, what they start believing is the problem. Even if you come and you play something for them. That's not what I said. Look, I have it recorded right here. Look. And that's how Claressa is to me. She's like, it doesn't matter what you say, what you show her, how many different ways you can prove to her that she's wrong. You giving facts. She's going to hear what she want to hear, see it the way she wants to see it, interpret it the way she wants to interpret it. And that's something she got to work on. You know what I'm saying? He says the phone call game. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. He says, we as people always try to talk each other down. Makes no sense. This girl has been obsessed with Ali's for years. First we get married, then we tell her she should apologize to Laila and kiss her. I'll closely watch. I'll watch as they kiss. You got a little freak in you, huh? Oh, man, that's crazy. He says, money talks, bullcrap walks. Yeah, that's true, man. But Hulk Hogan said Laila saved his life by calling him to check on him when he was sad. I believe it. I believe it, man. Let me get to some of these. She should disrespect Jake Paul's dad. Instead, he's still alive. Yeah, just don't be disrespecting people, period, man. But I understand. It says, United 46. Stop it, dude. Laila hasn't fought in almost 20 years and 47. That ain't no fair fight. Well, we already said that we're glad she ain't fighting. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation. So, I'm not going to stop a conversation. We're going to start the conversation. We're going to keep the conversation going. So you should add to the conversation. We don't stop nothing but disrespect and ignorance on this channel. Other than that, ain't nothing off limits. We don't have to agree on this channel. I ain't going to block nobody for disagreeing. We're just talking shit. What we say don't matter. It's just having a healthy dialogue. But hey, I ain't going to stop saying nothing, man. Just like I wouldn't encourage you. Say what you got to say. Ali has been out the ring too long, but she's right about Shields. Yeah, that's why even Ali recognizes it don't make any sense for her to come back and fight. You know what I'm saying? She even said it. Been out the ring going on 20 years. She making money hand over fist, doing things that bring her joy. Boxing also is something that brings her joy, but boxing is like secondary. It's not even secondary. It's like 56 on her list, maybe even further down the line. But I do think there's a part of Laila Ali who really thought long. That's why she took so long to come out with these 2 videos. I think she thought long and hard. You know what? Maybe I should come back and fight Claressa Shields. But the disrespect is crazy. The disrespect is crazy. I've had people, how many of y'all have Facebook accounts? I have people, man, I'm 50 years old now. People hit me up from fucking junior high, high school. I'm like, who is this? Some of them, I don't even know who they are. And there's been a couple where I go and look. It mostly be them females and shit. They want to see what you're doing. They're no nosy. And I'll look and be like, oh, that's so-and-so? I'll be like, oh, hell no. And it just be something that I remember, I'm like, nah, that cockroach ain't nowhere in the world. They don't need to know nothing about me, see what's going on in my life. I ain't doing nobody no favors. Don't ask me for nothing. It ain't happening. So I can't blame Laila Ali for not wanting to do nothing with Claressa Shields. I can't blame her. Even if they come with $100 million, I just don't think she would touch it. Because that means Claressa going to get something. But what I want to see now is going forward, because Claressa talked a lot about her branding and how she's doing so well now. And I wish her nothing but the best. I'm telling you, any of these fighters, anybody, you don't even have to be a fighter. I want to see everybody win and get money. You know what I'm saying? But what I want for most people more than that is happiness, man. That money don't mean shit. I think all of us have money. You know what I mean? All of us have money. Money don't mean nothing, trust me. It don't mean shit. It's cool, but it is what it is. Yeah, so it is what it is. My wife right there, she gonna cook some food. She want me to try it and shit. She's like, you ain't there talking about Claressa Shields? She's talking about hood champion, champ. Like Claressa Shields with papoose. Y'all see she made papoose a hamburger with fried egg and cheese or some shit? Anyway, that don't have nothing to do with anything. I don't want to sit there, man, y'all get my real personality and start making jokes and shit. But anyway, man, I got to go get my son. You know what I mean? We got 243 people on here, man. I will be back on tonight. Tonight, I'm going to play the audio. And we're going to take 2.5, 3 hours and just conversate. We're just going to conversate because that shit is crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. I just don't get it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't get it. Says Laila, she doesn't have time for this at all. That's what I'm saying, Southpaw. Southpaw says, but we can't all act like Laila name ain't in the convo now. She in shape now. Know that. Hey, Southpaw, I saw that. Hey, listen, I saw that too. I was like, damn, when Laila did that first video, I'm like, she was already in shape, but she looked different. I was watching that midsection, that waistline, and how she, even in the second video, with her hands on her hips, turning sideways and shit. I thought I saw a little 8-pack coming through that little dress she had on. I thought I saw a little 8-pack. I said, Laila out here getting in fight shape. But you're right, her name is in the mix. Just like that, boom. Laila Ali is, she should really go for the 4-for-1 deal. Terrence Crawford got the 4-for-1 deal. When he fought Canelo, fought the top dog. But Crawford ain't retired. That man live and breathe boxing. He got the 4-for-1 deal. Shakur Stevenson turned down a 4-for-1 deal at 135. Alan Canuli, Janibek just said he's going to fight Lara and he's going to fight Adamus. Beat all of them, and Crawford could just come fight him. One fight, all four. Another 4-for-1 deal. So Laila Ali should, to me, it's like, I'm like 80% like just don't fight Claressa Shields. She disrespect your father. Leave her alone. Just don't even mess with the cockroach. But there's a part of me, just as a guy, you know, who's a fight fan. And remember, I've been punched in the face too. So like some of these YouTubers, some of us have sparred, have had amateur fights. Some have had more than 1 or 2 amateur fights. Some have had expanded amateur careers. Some have been professional fighters. I had amateur fights too, right? And I fought in a lot of smokers in the military. I've cut from 205 to 160. 160 was my fight weight. So there's a part of me that's like, yo, fuck it, let's see him fight. Especially if she can go straight into a 4-for-1 deal. 4 belts for them heavyweight, because Claressa's the undisputed heavyweight champion. Get them 4 belts, 1 fight. Especially to get that money up to like 50 million. But there's another part of me that's like, nah, someone disrespect my dad, man. I just can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? My mind too crazy, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't look at you. Like if I put eyes on you, I just can't do it. I can't be around you. And I still have a lot of growing to do when it comes to shit like that. But some things are just hard to just leave alone. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to just get beyond that shit. You disrespect someone's deceased father, especially. And I ain't saying Muhammad Ali's, he's more special than anyone else's parent. But you guys understand what I'm saying when they say, yo, you disrespect Muhammad Ali. You guys understand what I'm saying. Don't take it like Claressa Shields. Oh, now you saying that Muhammad Ali is better than my dad? I didn't say that. Y'all understand what I'm talking about, the global impact that man had. You know what I'm saying? Says, see, be careful what you ask for. Yeah, no doubt, man. Facts, bet, Laila KO that goofy. Yeah, of course. It's the cheekbones that give it away. Yeah. I saw it, Southpaw. I saw it. No doubt. You need to come up with your little videos. I know you're gonna put together something, and I'm gonna have me cracking up about Claressa Shields and Laila Ali. But I don't know if you on one side or not. But them videos you be putting up, be having me rolling, man. So yo, good job, man. Keep up the good work. Says yep, same. Says a name bigger than the sport. Yeah, of course, man. You get it. Some people don't get it, man. But the majority of us get it. But I'm glad to see that you understand. Yeah, good. I'm glad y'all understand. That being said, man, I hate to jump off of here because I can stay out here for the next 4 hours. But I got to go get my son. 3 of them are at home. They chilling. They're eating. But I'm about to go get my big boy right now, man. Basketball season about to start. He in 10th grade. They out there getting busy right now. So, and the other 3, I'm supposed to be taking their ass to the boxing gym to go train with, but I ain't going to tell y'all all that. But I got somebody out here who used to train the Olympic team. This is the shit. I'm not going to say all that, but there's someone out here who used to train with the Olympic team. He's one of the coaches. He's the guy who works with my sons. So, you know, I just need to get out there more often because I'm not as consistent as I should be because we're so busy. But I'll just say this. Yo, good luck to Laila. Good luck to Claressa. But Laila knocked it. I ain't never seen anybody get knocked out twice in one fight. Somebody said 3 times. They got the standing 8 count, or they got the 3 knockdown rule. They should have a 3 KO rule because Claressa Shields got her ass KO'd in both of them videos. It's just ridiculous, man. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm going to go get my boy. I'll be back on tonight between like 9:30 and 10. And we'll probably stay up to like 12, 1 o'clock talking about this. Anybody up, join in, and y'all keep cool, all right?